is a country who has always found itself in the middle of the crossfire, but whose resilience has allowed it to bounce back into one of EU's booming economies today. Join me in my exploration of one of Central Europe's most resilient nations. From its deep underground treasures to its vast sky, from experiences of the saintly and otherwise.
This is good fun.
This is Poland. From Warsaw, it is a short plane ride to the city of Rzeszów, in southeastern Poland, where I meet my friend Miros, a fellow pilot.
Hello, Andrzej. Nice to meet you.
I'm happy
Welcome
to
in
be
Poland.
in Poland.
Rzeszów is an old city, and in recent years has become an industrial, commercial, and academic center in southeastern Poland.
So it is my town. The name of this town is Rzeszów. Try to repeat. Rzeszów. Okay.
We stop by Rzeszów's iconic landmark, the Revolution Monument. Andrzej, another longtime pilot friend, was also there to join us.
It's our famous monument. We are a communist country for 50 years, so it's a symbol of friendship between Polish and Russian soldiers. The symbol of my town is on the top of this monument, yeah, this cross.
Yes.
It's a Rzeszów cross.
Many people have different interpretations of the structure, but it is in fact a laurel leaf, dedicated to those who fought for freedom in the region. We make our way to the town square where people are enjoying the warm summer evening.
Na zdrowie. Na zdrowie. You know, I don't really drink too much.
The Polish love their drink, and we spent the evening catching up over a pint of Polish beer, which turned into several.
Well, Miro and Andres, you make me so drunk already. I'm so red. I don't know if I can walk back to hotel.
Don't worry, we'll go with you.
You have to carry me to hotel.
The next morning, Miros and Andrzej were ready to show me around.
Inside, not here. Close.
We head towards the city of Krakow, where Miros and Andrzej are taking me to the site of an old airfield. This is the Polish Aviation Museum, which now stands what used to be the Rakowice Airport, one of Europe's oldest airfields. The museum preserves an extensive collection of aircraft and other significant items in the world's aviation history. It opens to a large aircraft yard where you can find a lot of interesting and rare airplanes.
I took the training of this aircraft in Kyiv. So if I lived here maybe a couple of years back, I would have been flying this airplane all over the place.
I've never seen more MiGs in one place.
This is a 22-seat Polish-made aircraft. And if I was visiting Miro in 1959, I would have probably flown in one of these.
I must have seen more than 100 aircraft in one afternoon. From pre-war fighter planes to gliders and other aircraft that are unique examples of their kind. It's a place every aviator should visit. There is still more of Poland I need to explore. Join me as I descend 1,000 feet below the ground to find some of the most remarkable sights up next. Poland is a country rich in natural resources, including minerals. And lying 1,000 feet below the ground of Krakow is a rich depository of one of the world's most important minerals, rock salt.
Today we play tourist, and Miro and Andrzej has brought me to this salt mine. What exactly is this salt mine?
This salt mine is very famous in Poland. It's very old. They started exploration about 800 years ago.
Wow.
So it's very old.
And we're in the middle of the mainland of Europe.
Yes, it's in the middle of the land, but many thousands years ago it was sea here. So we have salt now.
Do they give us free French fries when we go in? We just put salt?
I will check. I will check. If not, I will buy for you. No problem.
We made our way down to the Wieliczka salt mines, which has been operational since the 12th century.
Jeez, it's a long way.
After a seemingly infinite number of steps down the mines, we reach its shallowest area, which is about 200 feet below the ground. The tour begins here, and we go through a series of tunnels and corridors that lead to the salt mine's hidden treasures.
Good way to entice tourism, huh?
But what makes it special is not what the miners took out from the mine, but what they left behind. Numerous sculptures and carvings made from rock salt. But perhaps the most outstanding feat is the Chapel of Saint Kinga. A cavern dug and decorated with intricate carvings and salt crystal chandeliers. It was just amazing how the miners were able to achieve such a huge undertaking, combining art and engineering. Salt is almost like marble, but easier to carve. However, water can easily corrode it, so they took great measures to preserve the sculptures inside the mine. To give you an idea of its sheer size, only less than 1% of the mine is open to visitors. But even that takes around 3 hours to explore.
They say that if I can throw a coin, I have a chance of coming back. So I better throw some rain.
Navigating the underground labyrinth of the salt mines has made me quite hungry. And is a good excuse to try Polish cuisine.
So Miros, what do you recommend? I like to try something Polish.
Typical Polish soup called barszcz. Barszcz. Barszcz is with ham, bacon, white sausage and egg and cottage cream. It's really good. Smacznego.
Smacznego.
Perfect.
Perfect. Very heavy soup, huh?
After barszcz, you should order Polish plate. You can try many pieces of Polish typical food. For example, potato cake, dumplings,
Okay.
Polish cabbage roll called gołąbki.
Meat, bread, potatoes, and cabbage are mainstays of the Polish diet.
What about the drink?
Maybe this one. Typical Polish drink is a kompot. So you are putting a lot of different fruits to the bowl. You are boiling it, cooking, and put it to refrigerator, and you can drink a cold drink from different kinds of fruits. Na zdrowie. Na zdrowie.
Sampling the dishes reminds me of good home cooking. Simple and hearty comfort food.
Everything is good.
Can you try all traditional Polish dishes?
And I'm Polak already.
Polak. Yeah, you are Polak.
We enjoy the warm weather of Krakow and escape to the old town square. Krakow is one of the few places in Poland that was spared from destruction during the war. So the structures we see here today date back to the medieval times. Krakow's historic center is a World Heritage Site. With St. Mary's Basilica towering over its market square and old buildings. It was a nice afternoon to just sit and watch people pass by, while catching a panoramic sight of its market square. Unfortunately, this is where Miros and Andrzej say goodbye.
Again.
Longer time. Not so short.
Thank you very much also for everything, Andrew.
I look forward to exploring more of Krakow with two other friends I will be meeting up with tomorrow. Find out what experiences we find ourselves in after the break.
Anyone who see this film movie, if he thinks that we are crazy, yeah, we are.
I am still in Krakow, one of the most beautiful cities in Poland. And today, I am met by another set of crazy friends.
Let's go.
We are going to the place where the Jean Paul II was born and he lived. Yeah, it's okay?
Yes, of course. I love him, so I want to see where he was born.
Okay.
One cannot go to Krakow and not pay a visit to the hometown of Pope John Paul II, a well-loved, global influential figure.
I'm in the town of Wadowice, and this behind me is the church where the Pope said Mass while he was living here. And just behind this church is the house where he actually was living in and grew up in.
Karol Wojtyła was born and lived in this house. that is now a museum of his personal memorabilia. It was interesting to find out about the life he led and the many lives he has touched. It's no wonder that even leaders of other beliefs still look up to him for the person that he is. Now close to being canonized as a saint of the Catholic Church, John Paul II is one person I truly admire. Zibby and Lucas then take me to the local cafe that serves an interestingly named pastry, the Pope's Cake.
It's a cake called kremówka in Polish.
This is the favorite of the Pope.
The Pope loved this cake as a young boy, and he and his classmates used to put their money together to buy it from the local baker.
It's good.
We make our way to Zibby and Lucas's hometown of Leszno, about 370 kilometers from Wadowice. As we get further from the holy place of Wadowice, these two finally showed their true colors.
But that's Hawaiian. So this is what we do. We sing. He drinks while we're driving.
Na zdrowie.
Leszno is a small town in central Poland, but known the world over for being an ideal place for glider flying. My last glider flight was in the early 90s with a unique Italian-made Caproni. With a good location and favorable weather condition, Leszno is a convenient place for flying long distances and finding safe landing spots. So the next morning, I had to try it for myself.
So Zibby made arrangements for me to take up a glider flight. So we're going up today?
Yes.
What's our tow aircraft?
Yes, we will have a Moran, a French construction.
Yes.
It's a tow plane, popular in Poland, and we're flying on the glider, the Puchacz, a Polish construction.
And how many of these are flying here in Poland?
I don't know, more than 100.
More than 100.
Yeah.
We check out the tow plane that will take us up,
Yeah.
and Robert shows me the tow hitch of the aircraft. We then go to the glider and buckle up.
I certainly hope I don't need to use this.
It's standard practice to put on a parachute for safety. Here we go. Since the glider only has one wheel on its belly, someone has to hold the wing and run alongside us so we don't fall on one side. As soon as airspeed picks up, I can control the ailerons. The glider has bigger wings and will be airborne earlier than the tow plane. As soon as we are airborne, we try to avoid the tow plane's prop wash by flying on its side or just a little bit above it. As soon as we got to a higher altitude, we released ourselves from the tow plane. Then, everything was very silent. It was a strange experience, quietly gliding above the Polish landscape. Soaring like the white-tailed Polish eagle, over its dominion. We just waited for updrafts to take us higher.
Which way is the runway?
Yeah, you see.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, I see. Okay,
Right?
yes. You want us to bank that way?
Yeah.
Bank that way. Okay, up here, rather. The string is hard to balance.
I had to check on Robert and capture his scared expression while I'm flying. I felt we could stay above forever. Robert's record was 7 hours on the glider. But unfortunately, we didn't have the luxury of time that day. As we prepared to land, I found myself automatically trying to reach for a throttle and forgot that we were flying a glider. I felt we were too high over the field, but luckily, Robert was there to use the speed brakes to control our descent.
Robert, that was really fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I enjoy myself so much.
It was a fantastic flight, soaring silently above. It was time to leave Leszno and make my way back to Warsaw for the flight home. But before I say goodbye to Poland, I explore Warsaw's old town and get lost in thought walking through its beautiful boulevards. Much of Warsaw was destroyed during the war, so most of the city is just a reconstruction of what it used to look like in the past. But it's still a beautiful city, a reflection of its former glory. Throughout history, Poland has been invaded, war-torn and oppressed, but unrelenting in its fight for freedom. The Poles, peace-loving and often gregarious characters, are some of the warmest people you will ever meet. Poland's remarkable story of survival is evident in the country's quick development and the vibrant energy of its people today. It's a story we can all learn from.
This has been your captain, Joy Roa. See you in the next Asian Air Safari.